Hi, how are you? I'm Houston, and welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well. Let's play some Call of Duty. Okay, so we're back on Modern Warfare 3. Where else would we be? We got a sweet playlist update. We got 10v10 Mosh Pit already. Can you believe that? Sledgehammer Games, savior of us all, saving gaming, saving Call of Duty. If you know me, you know that I've always been a defender of Vanguard and a defender of Sledgehammer. Well, actually, I'm not going to say always a defender of Sledgehammer, but I will say that ever since Vanguard, I'm like, they're the guys. They're the guys. But I do think because I didn't really give Cold War enough time to resonate with me that I maybe would have liked that game a lot as well. But we're going to see next time Treyarch drops a game. It's going to be weird, though, how they're going to probably mix the standard, like, Treyarch engine. Like, we all know how that feels, with the Modern Warfare engine that we have had for the past couple games. I've actually never changed my name in game before, but because I was rereading like the Greek myth about Sisyphus, and if you don't know, Sisyphus was a king of, I forget the name of the country. He was the king of Ephyra, and he cheated death twice. So Hades, the god of the underworld, the god of death, pretty much, he was like, hey man, to punish you, I'm going to make you roll a boulder up a hill. And when you get to the top of the hill, it's going to roll down. So you have to roll it back up the hill. And guess what? You have to do this forever as punishment because you cheated death. Sorry, bitch. And maybe you've seen the memes of like, oh, Sisyphus works from home. And it's like him sitting on the couch next to the boulder. Anyway, it's always been one of my favorite references from history, especially Greek history. It just felt appropriate for, you know, playing Call of Duty and just going for the camos and all that, you know, just keep on rolling. I like to think of that as a good metaphor for life too. I think what I should probably do is just work on leveling everything up. So like, I'm gonna do SMGs right now because they did buff SMGs, so that's good. So I went on a run this morning. It's kind of like my first little shakeout run before the race on Sunday. So what, 4 days? Wait, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Race is on Sunday. So yeah, like 5 days if you don't include today. I don't really know how I feel about how I'm going to perform because I think that I have maybe a slight case of patellar tendonitis, like runner's knee, in my left knee. It feels fine. Like I can walk around and I can move it in all these ways, but it's just sort of this like dormant feeling, like this tightness in it. And I've done so many stretches and I've been, you know, doing all these like active stretches, dynamic stretches, and all these things, all these conditioning attempts or things to like with bands and such to really help alleviate it. And I think it has worked a lot. It's hard to know because obviously you don't want to push yourself too hard, but you do want to push, like you don't want to cop out, right? So we're gonna see. I think it'll be fine because I'm not really trying to beat my PR on this race. I'm just trying to run it. Dude, what is that packet loss? Holy shit. Is this shit unplayable now? Holy. That's literally unplayable. There's no fucking way. So I've been getting that packet loss issue a lot, especially in zombies, because I've kind of been messing around in zombies. I want to finish Act 1 before Season 1 starts so I can get a skin that you get as a reward for it. It's basically just a zombie skin, but I want it. I need it. Cosmetics, they rule the world. They rule my mind. But yeah, that packet burst issue has been pretty prevalent in my zombies games. Not that bad. That's definitely the worst that I've ever had it. Thing is that after talking to Curtis, he was saying that Unrational was having a lot of issues on Rebirth because of a certain Seattle server. So I'm thinking that maybe that server is getting connected to every once in a while, like especially in zombies, or maybe even that one that I was just in, because dear god, that was pretty bad. What would really be my luck is that if during the double XP weekend this game is just unplayable for me, that would be really awesome. Well, might have to just farm all this stuff in zombies. Holy shit. Or maybe not Rust. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Let's try 10v10, see if that works. Troubleshooting video. It seems like we really are getting some great communication from Sledgehammer, which is nice. It's a really good change of pace. And with their patch notes that they just released, where they already nerfed ARs a little bit and then they buffed SMGs. What the fuck is happening? I'm just gonna restart my game, see if that works. So I was talking with a friend the other day about how somebody that they know hasn't like had a job in like 4 years, and they're kind of just getting by on like savings. I know for 4 years, right? It's pretty crazy. They're a little bit older than us, so like they had money saved up, but it just made me think of how important having something to do is, like having a goal, or having something that you have to show up for every day is. And some people might think that, and I think they're deeply confused about this, that they could easily just lounge around all day every day. But I firmly believe that if anybody was put in that situation, for, you know, obviously more people are resilient than others to certain situations, but every single person would become depressed. Because I think that you have to have something to wake up to. You have to have something to do, something to get out of bed for. As Marcus Aurelius said, like, you wouldn't lay in bed all day. You need to get up. There are the human things to do. There are tasks to do, like the job of being human. And the job of being human can contain many things, right? It can be your actual job. It can be being a good person to other people. It could be serving others. Pick whatever you want. But the job of being, I think he actually said, a rational human. This is the worst day of my life. What causes packet burst? Is that an internet thing? Is that a server issue? Because it's got to be a server issue, right? Here, let's ask the chat. Anyone else getting insane packet burst? Surely the chat will be nice about it. Get better Wi-Fi, buddy. Everybody's just mean. I don't know what I expected. Why would I expect any Call of Duty player in a random lobby to be nice to me or to answer my question sincerely? These are the type of people that if you died in a zone in zombies, they would not go out of their way to come rescue you. I'm sorry if this is like jarring to watch, by the way. I'm literally just trying to fucking maybe just get this video over with. I'm still killing people too, so it's all good. Maybe I'll just get used to it. It's like training in the hyperbolic time chamber, but with the weights on, like Rock Lee. Okay, so I'm assuming that nobody else is getting the packet burst since that guy said that. It's weird. It wasn't really doing this the other day, so I'm thinking that it was probably the last update, or maybe I'm just connecting to a server that I normally don't connect to. I gotta get a VPN, buddy. That's why this video today is sponsored by ExpressVPN. So have you ever thought like, oh, maybe I don't want a company? I'm just kidding. No. Almost had you though. I wish I had the ExpressVPN sponsorship. I take that shit in a heartbeat. Chill out 100%. No. As long as it was actually providing something, I would take a sponsorship in anything. And I know something like that is obviously like far off in the distance. I would really try my best to never ever promote anything to any extent that wasn't actually benefiting me and that I actually didn't use. Like I'd be like, yeah, I might promote your product, but I want to try it for, you know, X amount of months first before, because trust is like everything, right? So I wouldn't want to ask somebody to trust me on a product if I didn't actually believe in it as well. Just the kind of guy I am, I guess. This is pretty bad. I'm honestly more sorry for you than I am for me, because watching this has to be horrible. But I don't know, maybe the edit will cut out most of the bullshit. I guess we'll see. I'll see myself when I look back at it while I'm editing it. 10v10 on a map like this just feels way better, because even if there are people sitting back, like that guy that was all the way in that shack on the back right, or the shield dude that was up inside that thing above the trench. It's just, dude, move. What are you doing? It's just better because even if you have those people, there are still going to be people that are going to keep rushing and running across. So as long as that ratio is there, like if 40% camp but the other 60% like run across, that's totally fine because it's 10v10. So you got like 6 people running across, 4 people camping. I can deal with that. So yeah, I only had to work yesterday and Monday, but the 2 days that I worked this week, they were like both 10 or 12-hour days. We had to do 2 different connections. So we had to install and connect to a new storm line in the road, and then we had to cut and cap a water main in 2 different areas. So basically, like 8 years ago, the city installed a culvert for a wetland, And when they installed the culvert, they cut the water line at a certain spot, the water main, and they capped it on both ends. So people on both sides of the water line could still get water to their houses over the years. But because of the new things that we are doing in the road, they want to reconnect the water line. So over the past couple weeks, we, like cut the road up and installed the water line. And then we've been waiting for the connection date. And yesterday was the connection date. So at these two spots where they capped the water, we dug it up and it was all ready to go. Like when we set the line in between them, we lined it all up and all that. So yesterday was all about like setting the connection points in and bolting them up with these things called bolt kits and mega lugs and yada yada yada. It's just a lot of complicated shit, but it's not really complicated when you do it, but it's complicated if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, stuff like that takes quite a bit of time because you have to work with the city and you have to work with the utility district and you have to work with inspectors, and they have to come out and shut the water off. And then after you do the work, they got to come and turn the water back on. And yeah, it's just a lot. And the work takes time too. Obviously, the more you do it, the better you get at it. But yeah. Come on. Show yourself, you fucking coward. Oh my god, I'm the best in the game. No scopes feel so nice on this. I don't know a lot of people that are in my line of work that think like this or that have expressed it out loud. But I think the really cool thing about my job is the fact that all the stuff that we do, I know it's annoying for the public at some point or many points because we're tearing up the road and we're, shutting their water off sometimes or replacing vital utilities. But at the end of the day, we're providing the utilities that people are going to be using every single day. Like the water for your shower, or the water so you can wash your hands or do your dishes or wash your clothes, or the sewer for your toilets or your showers. And yeah, I mean, all that stuff is part of this chain. And I feel like that stuff brings me a lot of satisfaction because there's always going to be work like that to be done, and people have to do it in order for, people that don't do it to live properly. There's a guy right there. I fucking know there was a guy right there. I'm the best in the game. So I think ultimately the goal for human happiness and contentment is that everybody finds that thing that brings them satisfaction and that brings them the ability to be appreciative of the work that they do. So I know that I talk about the same stuff often, like, well, especially with my race coming up, I keep talking about that, but I guess that's my way of kind of being prepared for it or acknowledging the fact that it's real and it's going to happen. And this is kind of my outlet for talking about those things because I'm constantly thinking about it. So I need to talk about it too, because I think that helps me sort of come to terms with it. But one thing I'm also working on is not constantly saying sorry, like, oh yeah, sorry about that, because obviously if people are going to watch this, they're going to watch it. And if not, then why should I be sorry about that? Or why should I be sorry about talking about the things that I enjoy? Like, that's dumb. It's like somebody asking you like, oh wow, you really like to draw? Yeah, sorry, I've just really enjoyed holding, a paintbrush or like a pen or a pencil ever since I was a kid. I'm sorry, I always carry around a sketchbook. That's dumb. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that. That's the thing. So when you really have something that you enjoy, talk about it. And if you notice, this is a good one too, if you notice somebody sort of perk up when you ask them about a certain subject, keep asking them about it. Like, be interested in what other people are doing. And I've caught myself doing this a lot because, we love talking about ourselves. We love saying, oh, me. But it's really amazing and it's a good feeling to hear somebody mention something and then ask them a couple follow-up questions about it. Because I feel like, when people do it to me, for one, it shows that you're a really good listener because you're actually paying attention to what they're saying. You're not just like, oh man, I wonder when this person will shut up, like what kind of funny ass tweets I can look at on Twitter, or yeah, I got to do this thing later that's all about me. But you know, this person's just talking, they're kind of wasting my time. No, man. Listen to people, okay? And if you don't actually want to listen to them, then why are you talking to them? Unless it's like really required at a job or something. Because let's be honest, it really is hard listening to some people. It's tough. And a lot of people that you run into day to day, they're going to be hard to listen to. But that makes it even more special when you pay attention to the people that you do want to listen to, or the people that you do want to give that little like extra effort towards. I guess if there's one takeaway today from this video, because I do like to give things like that at the end of the video, it's that maybe try and ask one or two questions more about something that you notice somebody is passionate about. Because I think that'll really go a long way, especially going into the holiday season where you're probably going to see people like family or friends that you maybe don't normally see. You know, get together with them, and instead of asking them like basic questions, or ask them those basic questions and then follow up on them. Because I think that, and it's hard asking good questions, and it's definitely something that you have to practice. But when you do ask them and you do go that extra mile, I think that'll really, really deepen your relationships with people. The key to happiness is good relationships. It really is. The key to contentment, all that. I might make another video in these next 5 days off, but if I don't, then I hope you have a good holiday season. If you celebrate something like Thanksgiving, or yeah, if you're on a break from school, or whatever you might be doing in the world. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the love. I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube now. Links will be in the description. You can multi-stream now, so figured why not? As long as I can get decent quality on both platforms, that's all I care about. Because my main reason for switching to YouTube was so all my content was in one place. Twitch is where I actually gain like a little bit of a following, so it'd be nice to keep that for as long as I can. As always, be nice to people, ask a couple more questions, and I'll see you on the next one.